Yeah.
Väderstad has introduced the PD 1350, its largest air cart designed to seed up to 200 acres of canola on a single fill, which is massive. If you guys understand the agriculture space, the 1,350 bushel capacity is distributed across 4 different bins, allowing for extended operation between refills and flexible seed and fertilizer placement. The biggest thing here, I think, is managing the weight distribution of such a large implement necessitated a redesign of the front steering axle and then incorporation of advanced tire technology to make sure that it can maneuver in the field. There's just a lot of different changes that had to be made.
I'm going to be bold here. I'm going to go first on the #1 challenge, but I'm in awe of Charlie's knowledge in this area. I've got to say, I think he knows it a little better than me. But I think you've got a machine that can carry 1,350 bushels across 4 different bins. I mean, that's seriously juggling a lot of stuff going on. So you've got to have really precise configuration management to make sure every one of those, each of those parts works together without turning that air cart into a 20-ton lawn ornament or dead machine. If you can't manage the component hierarchies, the relationships properly, you're just one design flaw away from a 500 grand boat anchor sitting in a canola field. So really got to get this all coordinated. That's my problem.
No, that's a good point. And as you know, this will play closely to my heart because the industry I love and I cut my teeth in.
Cheers to that.
But and what's interesting is you picked up on something good there, because also through those 4 bins, Andrew, there's different products in there, right, with different weights or behaviors as well. So it really is, you've actually picked up on something very good there. The other interesting part is, again, sounds like a broken record, is the supply chain with this. Multiple areas. There's the raw material supply chain, which is from supplier to the farm in order to load this behemoth. And there's also the final mile supply chain management of getting it out, because these guys are generally, it's very remote. The intended areas these work in are just massive. So I think that's an important part. But the other interesting thing, again, on supply chain management is, as Greg said, there's new technology developed just for this thing to consider the size, the weight, the tire technology. It's got to have too much compaction on its working areas. But also, which I learned about it, it's, completely, all that's run off an iPad in the cab as well. So there's software integration there, which is going to be third party as well. So a huge amount of supply chain integration to consider. But unfortunately, we won't see it over here. It's a little bit big for our fields over here in good old England. So
is that right? Okay,
gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got this kind of image of, if you don't get this configuration right, you've really got a monster truck with Lego or even IKEA instructions for that matter. The real risk for me on this one is mismanaging those configuration changes. I really think so. So you're going to be swapping out that front steering axle design without updating everything else. So I think that's to me, I'm configuration challenges. But I'm gonna bow to your superior tractor farm knowledge than mine. What's the solution?
Again, you're right, and it's you're on the right path with it, and it is it's that BOM management. Okay, it's the management of the changes there, because the real test of products like this is they won't be selling these in abundance. Okay, because of their use case is quite particular. It's after it's done a season and what happens then, to be honest with you, because something's going to break. There's no way you're going to do that without something breaking. So, for example, that axle, they have an issue with that axle, right? It could be a bearing, it could be. Then that customer needs they need that part quickly, and the dealer needs to know the bill of materials, the final bill of materials to order from the supplier. And if those changes aren't managed properly, there's no visibility. And like I said, because of the small amount of volume they sell, one bad news story will stop a lot of sales. So digital thread traceability coming from the MRO element all the way back into engineering is key. Yeah.
And you didn't mention it, but I know you were thinking it within that whole BOM management. Yeah, you've got your E-BOM, you've got to have your full M-BOM, you've got to have your procurement, you've got to have that product structure, you've got to have configuration management. But then you need your service BOM as well for switching out those parts efficiently and making sure you've got decent MRO, well, a maintenance strategy. I'm not going aerospace here. So maintenance strategy in place. So full end-to-end bomb management in the digital thread, seamless bidirectional. Love it.